New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down and how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. Yeah. We all just come together. There's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Jamal? How are you, brother? Thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator here with the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Actually, going through our Millionaire Mastermind Alliance. It's going to be our study today on Midday Manna. In case you guys are wondering what it's all about, of course, New Black Wall Street does have a division called Club Millie, and Club Millie has a division called the Millionaire Mastermind Alliance. So if you're looking for a group of people where you can actually walk away from the crowd of folk who do nothing but complain, the crowd of people who are broke, and you want to get around some people that's going to hold you accountable to success, well, you may want to check out New Black Wall Street and Club Millie, because inside of Club Millie is the Millionaire Mastermind Alliance. But of course, today, I'm just doing my study because we got a core book and we're supposed to be reading it. And I found this is the best way for me to read when I read to other people. So I just got to stay on task. But nonetheless, you want to go over to www.nbws.us to find out more about Club Millie, New Black Wall Street, and all things we're doing to build the Black folk empire. But of course, I got to say hello to everyone that's tuning in this afternoon. Good afternoon. Maybe still morning in some places if you're on the West Coast, but nonetheless, what's going on, Jamal? Latia Taylor is in the building. Miss Leslie, oh, my wonderful, lovely one. I think it's in Florida that you're in. And Wanda, what's going on today? How are you? This is Midday Manna. This is the study. Now, of course, I want to make sure you're aware of some of our sponsors for the show. You too can be a sponsor if you decide to do so. If you want us to pump up the volume in your business, send more traffic to your website, help you sell more stuff, well, that's going to require you to decide to become a sponsor. If you're interested in doing that, just go over to the ERGJ Black Bookstore, send us a message saying that you're interested in our pump up the volume sponsorship opportunities, and you can do that. Not only just for this show, but we do a Black Woman Wednesday. That's tonight. We do Black Man Monday. That's on Mondays. We got a Black Business Home Shopping Network on Thursdays. We also do the He Say, She Say show, which is actually going to be go syndicate pretty soon on Sundays. So you got an opportunity to grow with us and be a part of what we're doing to help bring more visibility to good Black stuff. Okay, we got to become our own media, and that's exactly what we're doing. Just using some of the tools that we have, starting from where we are. We must become our own media. I don't need to see no more of Roland Martin and Umar Johnson on TV. Okay, we need to become our own media. Anyway. ERGJ Black Bookstore is where you want to go to pick up some of the books that I share with you right now. Of course, my book, The Black Billionaires Club, is releasing this Saturday. We just got the books in, and we're starting to sign them. Of course, some people have already pre-ordered. If you pre-ordered, you're going to get a signed copy, but we don't want to let you know what's available to you today if you're in an event that you didn't pre-order. What we have for you, get the book. It's going to be $24.99 to get the book. You can go over to the ERGJ Black Bookstore to order. Actually, you need to go to this link, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. When you go to that link, that's my direct link, you're actually going to get a free class, about $149 class, and I'm going to give to you for free because I really want you to be the next Black billionaire in the book that I write next. And that course is going to be a free online, on-demand course for you to take. It's going to be on our Bitcoin workshop. It's going to show you how to trade, how to transfer, and also how to cash out. So if you're interested in cryptocurrency and you want to get it for pennies on the dollar, well, I'm giving up $149 worth of info for $24.99. And you also get a $12 billion book for $24.99. You know what I'm saying? So let me get my Jay-Z on this afternoon. The Black Billionaires Club, of course, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. But of course, today is Black Woman Wednesday. I want to say hello to all the Black women that are out there. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I want to let you know that I love you, that we absolutely do appreciate you, and that we need you in our community. And of course, because it's Black Woman Wednesday, we got some Black Woman Wednesday specials coming out of the ERGJ Black Bookstore. Of course, the first one we got for it is none other from the authoress T. Renee. Books normally $12.99. We're doing it for $9.99 or $10 today. I'm free. Everybody put in the comments below, I'm free. Because I want you to be spiritually free, financially free, emotionally free. I want you to be free in all areas of your life. And this book's going to help you. 30 days to a stress-free life. You want to pick that up? All you got to do is go over to ERGJ Black Bookstore. Go ahead and put that order in. It's on sale today for $10. Okay? You can support your sister. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We get that thing out to you ASAP Rocky. Also want to make you aware of the other book we have. Maybe you're going through some other things. You need to learn how to persevere, how to keep going. Keep going after your dreams and your desires. 5 Rules to Persevere in Your Life by another sister, Lisa Marie Stringer. You get this for $10. All right? You can circulate your dollar right back within your very own community, supporting your sister on Black Woman Wednesday. You can do that and pick that up for $10. And of course, one of our main components in our store, Wealth is a Mindset, by another sister. Miss Shinekey wrote a book, Wealth is a Mindset. And as you guys know, the wealth begins in the mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. And some of us got stinking thinking. Some of us are sick, boss, and we need to change the way that we think so we can change the results in our life. And this is a book that can help you. See, a good book is one of the best investments you can ever make. And a good book from your own sister or brother is even a better investment, because not only are you investing in yourself, you're circulating your dollar right back within your very own community. You're practicing what everybody else preaches, which is group economics, and you are making sure that you support your brothers and sisters. They can keep coming out with more great books just like this. I'm Free, $10. 5 Rules for Persevering in Your Life, $10. Wealth is a Mindset, $20. All wonderful sisters who've written some jewels to help you and I persevere and get going on with our life. Again, you want to go over to ERGJ Black Bookstore, pick up, order whatever you need to order. If you want to go ahead and take advantage of the Black Billionaires Club, go to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Let's get right into our study today. Again, I just want, because it's Black Woman Wednesday, matter of fact, we got to do this. All the brothers that are watching right now, I need you to show some love for your sisters in the comments below. Let them know that you love them. Let them know how beautiful they are. Let them know how much you appreciate them. See, we got to do more of this, right? We got to do more of just praising our own people. You get what I'm saying? There's enough of, we do a whole bunch of hating on everybody else. We don't do enough loving on one another. So let's take some time to do that. My beautiful Black sister, my Black aunt, my Black godmother, my Black queen, I just want to let you know that we love you, that we absolutely do appreciate you. That's important. You got to know that you're appreciated and that we need you. We need you to keep standing strong. We need you to keep supporting us and all that we trying to do to help make our community better. Thank you for being you at the end of the day. And this is Black Woman Wednesday, and today is all about you. But let's get right into our study, because we're going to be getting into, again, what are the things that we're doing at Millionaire Mastermind Alliance. We got a core book, and that core book is The Law of Success. That's right, Law of Success. It's about Mr. Napoleon Hill. And this book here is the Wealth Builder's Lesson Plan for Achieving Your Dreams. Now, this is not written by a Black man, but nonetheless, it's a good book. So we just, we decided we're going to look how thick this thing is. I don't know. I think it's going to take us about 2 years as a group to go through this, but it's going to be 2 years worth of good study. And we just in the intro. So what we're picking up today is the meaning of education. Now, I got to get my highlighter because, this is my study. And I don't know how much we're going to read. Well, we might be able to get through. We might be able to get through 12, 11. We got time till 1 o'clock. We'll be here. The meaning of education. Okay. We'll start right here. The meaning of education. There's long been a general misconception of the meaning of the word educate. The dictionaries have not added in the elimination of this misunderstanding because they have defined the word educate as an act of imparting knowledge. The word educate has its roots in the Latin word educo, which means to develop from within, to educe, to draw out, to grow through the law of use, to grow through the law of use. Everybody put in the comments below the law of use, U-S-E, the law of use. Let me say that again. The word educate has its roots in the Latin word educo, which means to develop from within, to educe, to draw out, to grow through the law of use. Now, if you were to say that this is the definition of educate, then why do you got to go to school to draw something from within? And so this is where we come from, that standpoint of, well, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune, because there's way more treasure inside of yourself than there is outside of yourself. And the question is, how much time are you going to use to educate yourself and draw out from within the goal that's sitting there already. To adduce, to draw out, to grow through the law of use. How many of you guys are using your talents and your abilities on a regular basis? How many of you guys are actually growing and adapting your natural, given, born talents and abilities from within? See, many of us are looking outside to find success, and I'm trying to tell you, I think you need to look more inside, because you've been given something special. Matter of fact, you've been given greatness. It's just a matter of you tapping into your very own greatness, bringing it out to the world, because the whole world's waiting on you, right? So you can get paid for what you do and get paid for what you love. But many of us won't take the time for self-education. Nature hates idleness in all its forms. Nature hates idleness. Everybody put that in the comments below. Nature hates idleness in all its forms. She gives continuous life only to those elements which are in use. Tie up an arm and another portion of the body, taking it out of use, and the idle part will soon atrophy and become lifeless. Reverse the order, give an arm more than normal use, such as that engaged in the blacksmith who wields a heavy hammer all day long, and that arm developed from within grows strong. Power grows out of organized knowledge. Power grows out of organized knowledge. But mind you, it grows out of it through application and use. Through application and use. A man may become a walking encyclopedia of knowledge without possessing any power of value. Oh, what they say, a man may become a walking encyclopedia of knowledge without possessing any power of value. This knowledge becomes power only to the extent that it is organized, classified, and put into action. How many guys know some people that are full of knowledge and have absolutely zero action? They can tell everybody what to do, but they do nothing themselves. They have a lot of information, but zero power. And we got to stop liking information. We got to be hell-bent on supporting people who actually make stuff happen through action. Talk is cheap. Action, very valuable. So the best educated men in the world has known possess much less general knowledge than some who have been known as fools. The difference between the two being that the former put what knowledge they possess into use, while the latter made no such application. Put the knowledge that you have into use. Put the knowledge that you do have into use. An educated person who is one who knows how to acquire everything he needs in the attainment of his main purpose in life without violating the rights of his fellow men. It might be a surprise to many so-called men of learning to know that they come nowhere near qualification of men of education. It might also be a great surprise to many who believe they suffer from lack of learning to know that they are well educated. The successful lawyer is not necessarily the one who memorizes the greatest number of principles of law. On the contrary, the successful lawyer is the one who knows where to find a principle of law, plus a variety of opinions supporting that principle, which fit the immediate need of a given case. In other words, the successful lawyer is he who knows where to find the law he wants when he needs it. The successful lawyer knows where to find the law that he wants when he needs it. Now, this goes to another question, my people. Do you know how to find what you want when you need it? See, many of us find ourselves in situations of begging because we don't know how to find what we want when we need it. In other words, we're not educated in that area. So we beg for things because we have not become educated in knowing how to get those things. See, everything is available to you. It's just a matter of if you know where to find it. That's why the good book keeps telling us, seek and you will find, ask and you shall receive. It didn't say beg. It never said to beg for what you want. Where do we get off thinking that we got to beg for what we want? We got to get to a point of desperation because we won't choose to educate ourselves to the point that we got to beg to get what we want. Nothing comes free. The things that we want or we so-called demand, I really want to make sure we understand this. Like, you don't get rich by demand. You don't get out, you don't fix broke by demand. No one's going to give you what it is that you seek. It's not given to you. Now, you must find it, but you must find it within yourself. The principle applies with equal force to the affairs of industry and business. Henry Ford had but little elementary schooling, yet he is one of the best educated men in the world. In the comments below, I want you to put in the comments below, I want to know whether you are learned or you're educated. Are you a person that's just filled with a whole bunch of useless information that you never use, you never apply, you never put into an action to make a difference in your life? Or are you a person who uses what little information that you do have, you put it into action, and you make stuff happen? Are you just an informed Black person, or are you educated? And I don't care how many degrees you got on your wall, it doesn't really tell us how educated you are, because you must be you must be a different kind of foolish if you don't know how to apply what it is that you've learned. That's a whole different level of foolishness. Some years ago, during the World War, Mr. Ford brought suit against the Chicago Tribune, charging the newspaper with libellous publication of statements concerning him, one of which was that the statement that Ford was an ignoramus, an ignorant pacifist, etc. When the suit came up for trial, the attorneys for the Tribune undertook to prove by Ford himself that their statement was true, that he was ignorant. And with this object in view, they catechized and cross-examined him on all manner of subjects. One question they asked was, how many soldiers did the British send over to subdue the rebellion in the colonies in 1776? With a dry grin on his face, Ford nonchalantly replied, I do not know just how many, but I have heard that it was a lot more than ever went back. Loud laughter from the court, jury, courtroom spectators, even from the frustrated lawyer who had asked the question. This line of interrogation was continued for an hour or more, Ford keeping perfectly calm the meanwhile. Finally, however, he had permitted the smart aleck lawyers to play with him until he was tired of it. And in reply to a question which was particularly obnoxious and insulting, Ford straightened himself up, pointed his finger to the questioning lawyer, and replied, if I should really wish to answer the foolish question that you have just asked, or any of the others you have been asking, let me remind you that I have a row of electric push button hanging over my desk, and by placing my finger on the right button, I could call in men who could give me the correct answer to all the questions you have just asked, and to many that you have not the intelligence either to ask or answer. Now, will you kindly tell me why I should bother about filling my mind with a lot of useless details in order to answer every foolish question that anyone may ask, when I have able men all about me who can supply me with all the facts I want when I call for them? Here is the premise that Mr. Ford is sharing with us right now. How valuable is your network? Everybody put it in the comments below. How valuable is my network? Because what he just said is, you can ask me all this stuff, because you know some people got 50 million questions. And what I've learned to do is to hire people to answer those questions for those 50 million question people, those interrogators in life, so I can keep on doing what I need to do to produce. See, I don't have time for 50 million questions. That's a waste of time. So I hire people that can answer those 50 million questions for people, and I can go about producing in my life. Action. So Mr. Ford is saying that why would I take all of this time learning all this stuff when I can just hire somebody that can come in and answer all this stuff? How valuable is your network? The answer is quoted from memory, but it substantially relates Ford's answer. There was silence in the courtroom. The questioning attorney underjaw dropped down. His eyes opened widely. The judge leaned forward from the bench and gazed in Mr. Ford's direction. Many of the jury awoke and looked as if they had heard an explosion, which they actually had. A prominent clergyman who was present in the courtroom at the time said later that the scene reminded him of that which must have existed when Jesus Christ was on trial before Pontius Pilate, just after he had given his famous reply to Pilate's question, "What is truth?" In the vernacular of the day, Ford's reply knocked the questioner cold. Up to the time that the reply, the lawyer had been enjoying considerable fun at what he believed to be Ford's expense by adroitly displaying the lawyer's sample case of general knowledge and comparing it with what he inferred to be Ford's ignorance to the many events and subjects. But the answer spoiled the lawyer's fun. It also proved once more to all who had the intelligence to accept the proof that true education means mind development. Everybody put that in the comments below. True education means mind development. Not merely the gathering and classifying of knowledge. Ford could not, in all probability, have named the capitals of all the states of the United States. But he could have, in fact, had gathered the capital to which to turn many wheels within every state of the Union. Education, let us not forget this, consists of the power with which to get everything one needs when he needs it. Education consists of the power with which to get everything one needs when he needs it, without violating the rights of his fellow men. Education consists of the power. See, this is why Malcolm X said that education is the passport, because he was talking all about the power to get everything one needs. He didn't say some of the stuff. He said everything you need consists of the power to get everything one needs when he needs it. Now I got to ask you, as you're taking notes, as you're listening to this this discussion, do you have the power to get everything you need when you need it? And if you can't say yes, maybe it's time for you to develop your mind. Maybe it's time for you to get really educated. Ford comes well within that definition, and for the reason with which the author has here tried to make plain by relating the foregoing incident concerned with the simple Ford philosophy. There are many men of learning who could easily entangle Ford theoretically with a maze of questions, none of which he personally could answer. But Ford could turn right around and wage a battle in industry or finance that would exterminate those same men with all of their knowledge and all of their wisdom. Ford could not go into his chemical laboratory and separate water from its component atoms of hydrogen and oxygen and then recombine these atoms in their former order. But he knows how to surround himself with chemists who can do that for him if he wants it done. The man who can intelligently use the knowledge possessed by another is as much or more of a man of education as the person who merely has the knowledge but does not know what to do with it. We have too many people in the Black community that have the knowledge but do not know what to do with it. In other words, powerless. I'll repeat this again. The man who can intelligently use the knowledge possessed by another is as much or more of a man of education as the person who merely has the knowledge but does not know what to do with it. Everybody put in the comments below, if you're a man, put man of education. If you're a woman, put woman of education. I want you to be a man of education or a woman of education. In other words, every day you should be learning something new. Every day is a lesson for you to develop, to evolve, to get better. Every day you should say, what did I learn today? Oh, this is what I learned today. Because I'm a man of education. I'm a woman of education. We are a people of education. Education is the passport out of poverty. If you are broke, you need to become a man or woman of education. If you want to learn how to make your money work harder for you than you work for your money, you need to become a man or a woman of education. Not necessarily what they put in the books, but stuff you can learn just like right now. The president of a well-known college inherited a large tract of very poor land. This land had no timber of commercial value, no minerals or other very valuable appurtenances. All right, Robert, I need your help, brother. Appurtenances. Yeah, let me go ahead. Vocabulary word today. Bing, 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 bing. Appurtenant. I know what it means, but my goodness. Appurtenant. Robert, help me out, brother. Appurtenances. A-P-P-U-R-T-E-N-A. Oh, I missed the E. Appurtenances. I'll wait on Robert. I know he's going to get it for me. Therefore, it was nothing but a source of expense to him, for he had to pay taxes on it. The state built a highway through the land. An uneducated man who was driving his automobile over his road observed that this poor land was on top of a mountain, which commanded a wonderful view for many miles in all directions. He, the ignorant one, also observed that the land was covered with a growth of small pines and other saplings. Okay, what we got? Appurtenances is an accessory or other item associated with a particular activity or style of living. Okay. So let's go back. This land had no timber of commercial value, no minerals or other valuable items associated with some style of living or appurtenances. Okay. Therefore, it was nothing but a source of expense to him. All right, gotcha. Nothing but a source of expense to him, for he had to pay taxes on it. The state built a highway through the land. An uneducated man who was driving his automobile over this road observed that this poor land was on top of a mountain, which commanded a wonderful view for many miles in all directions. He, the ignorant one, also observed that the land was covered with a growth of small pines and other saplings. He bought 50 acres of the land for $10 an acre. Near the public highway, he built a unique log house to which he attached a large dining room. Near the house, he put in a gasoline filling station. He built a dozen single-room log houses along the road. These he rented out to tourists for $3 a night each. The dining room, gasoline filling station, and log houses brought him a net income of $15,000 the first year. The next year, he extended his plan by adding 50 more log houses of 3 rooms each, which he now rents out as summer country homes to people in a nearby city at a rental of $150 each for the season. So you had an ignorant man who saw something of value. Everybody put in the comments, well, one man's junk is another man's treasure. He saw something of value. He bought up acres of this land, $10 an acre, and then he started to build on that land. And then he turned it basically into a tourist location, and now he gets paid every year over and above all whatever he spent. $10 an acre for 50 acres, that's $500. That ain't nothing. Or it probably was something back then. Then he built on it. He took that $500, now he was making $15,000 the first year. That's what we call profits, which are better than wages. Oh, and a pertinence to my Master of Science in Mathematics is being a mathematical professor. Okay, I got you. Got you, Robert. Thanks so much. The building material cost him nothing, for it grew on his land in abundance, the same land which the college president believed to be worthless. Moreover, the unique and unusual appearance of the log bungalow served as an advertisement of the plan, whereas many would have considered it a real calamity had they been compelled to build out of such crude materials. Less than 5 miles from the location of each of these log houses, this same man purchased an old worked-out farm of 150 acres for $25 an acre, a price which the seller believed to be extremely high. By building a dam 100 feet in length, the purchaser of this old farm turned a stream of water into a lake that covered 15 acres of land, stocked with the lake with fish, and sold the farm off in building to lots of people who wanted summering places around the lake. The total profit realized from this simple transaction was more than $25,000 at the time required for its consummation was one summer. Yet this man of vision and imagination was not educated in the orthodox meaning of the term. Everybody put in the comments below vision and imagination. This is what the school cannot teach you. This is what formal education cannot help. They can help you with a little bit, but they can't teach you. Vision and imagination. Vision and imagination comes from within. Vision and imagination can help you get rich. Vision and imagination can help you fire your boss. Vision and imagination, because it comes from your eternal source of wealth, which is on the inside. Not something you have to work for. It's given to you freely. How many of you guys log your dreams? Had these wonderful dreams at night. You wake up, can't even remember what you dreamed about. How many of you guys take time to log your dreams? Like, man, that was a good dream. Let me get that down. How many guys put a recorder or a pen and pad next to your bed so when you wake up with this wonderful dream that you had, that you know was for you, you can capture it? Vision and imagination. We're so busy and so conditioned to watch everyone else's vision and imagination on television that we're unable to cultivate our own, which could lead us to prosperity. Vision and imagination. Let us keep in mind the fact that this is through these simple illustrations of the use of organized knowledge that one may become educated and powerful. And speaking of the transaction here related, the college president who sold the 50 acres of worthless land for $500 said, just think of it. That man, who most of us might call ignorant, mixed his ignorance with 50 acres of worthless land and made the combination yield more yearly than I earned from 5 years of application of so-called education. This ignorant man, quote unquote, who used vision and imagination was now making more money than the person who sold him the property, who takes 5 years to make the type of money that this so-called ignorant man was making. Again, the principle is this. From my mentor, Mr. Jim Rohn, he says this: formal education will make you a living. The man who sold him, the college president, had a formal education. He was probably living okay. He was living well, okay? But the so-called ignorant man had self-education through vision and imagination. Self-education can make you a fortune. There's a reason why some of the millionaires and billionaires of this world drop out of school and college. They had vision and imagination, and they had the guts to go for it. Wanda said, I log my dreams in my journal. It's the first thing that I write. That's what I'm talking about. We got some, I know I got tracked myself. I'm talking to the people who are going to watch this, 2 years later. They late. Oh, Miss Melody said, that's how my poetry started with my dream. You got poetry? Oh, well, you don't say. Well, I got a Black Woman Wednesday waiting on you, Miss Melanie. Will you get ready to bless the world with some of this poetry? I got a Black Woman Wednesday waiting on you, boo. Let's do it. Got poetry night with Miss Melanie, Miss Jones. Miss Jones Williams. Miss Jones Williams. Okay, got you. Formal education make you a living. Self-education makes you a fortune, my people. All right, there's an opportunity, if not scores of them, in every state of America. Everybody put in comments on opportunity. There is an opportunity. There's an opportunity, if not scores of them, in every state in America to make use of the idea here described. From now on, make it your business to study the lay of all land you see that is similar to that described in this lesson. And you may find a suitable place for developing a similar money-making enterprise. Okay? I got you. Again, let's say that again. There is an opportunity, if not scores of them, in every state in America to make use of the idea here described. From now on, make it your business to study the lay of the land you see that is similar to that described in this lesson. And you may find a suitable place for developing a similar money-making enterprise. Now, when he says the lay of the land, he's not necessarily just talking about land that you see or property. Everywhere you set your foot, there is opportunity. Everywhere that you go, there are needs that need to be met. Now, in this particular lesson, he took some land, developed the land, and then turned that land into a tourist location. And he made lots of money. It was a money-making enterprise. Well, I believe that each and every one that's watching this today, that you've seen some land. See, the land that I found was in financial education. The land that I found was in importing of African products. The land that I found was highlighting Black authorship. What's your land that you see that can be used for developing a similar money-making opportunity? The idea is particularly adaptable in localities where bathing beaches are few and people naturally like conveniences. The automobile has caused a great system of public highways to be built through the United States. The internet has caused a great system, right? On practically every one of these highways, there's a suitable spot for a cabin city for tourists, which can be turned into a regular money-making mint by the man with the imagination and the self-confidence to do it. Everybody put in the console self-confidence. So the man or woman with vision and imagination coupled with self-confidence to actually go for it is in a great position to have a regular or to create or develop a regular money-making enterprise. See, there is no shortage of wealth, people. As a matter of fact, I would say this, you know what you get paid, but I bet you know somebody else who gets paid to do the same thing that you do, but they get paid more. Why is that? There's no shortage. We don't have income problems, people. As I continue to teach this day in and day out, what we have is idea problems. We don't take the time to develop or even think or even capture the ideas that come to us, that God himself sends you for you to fix your own finances. For him to get all the glory for how you climbed your way out of broke. All your answers are within. But you're too busy talking about everybody else's vision, concerned about everybody else's imagination. What about yours? The whole world is waiting on you to let your light shine. Question is, do you have the self-confidence to let your light shine bright? Or are you filled with fear of success? As a great poem once said, greatest fear that we have, it's not that we are failures or whatever this poem says. Y'all know what it say. It's that we're great beyond measure. We fear our very own greatness. So we must develop some self-confidence. There are opportunities to make money all around you. This course was designed to help you see these opportunities and not to inform you how to make the most of them after you, and to inform you how to make the most out of them after you discover them. And I teach a very simple principle. It says this: in order for you to actually discover or make the most out of it, first you got to be able to see the opportunity. Many people can't see opportunity when it's in front of them. They think everything is a scam. They think everybody's out to get their money. They believe the lies that's told to them on television because they consume themselves with television. You consume yourself with voluntary propaganda, and you wonder why your mind is jacked up. See, I turned off the TV a long time ago. I'm not concerned about what they show on television. It's okay to watch it if that's what you want to do. I just chose for my life. It was not important for me to watch no dang on television because I got my dreams became my television. My vision became my television. I saw myself in every movie that I produced. I just saw no purpose, no reason for me to pay attention to it. Now, of course, I'm on social media, so I see stuff that happens. I chime in on it, but I don't sit 30, 40, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours watching no damn television when I could be building my own program for my own life. Visualizing where I'm going to be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now. Visualizing where my family's going to be 30 years, 50 years from now. A man with vision and imagination with the self-confidence to go for it can build many money-making enterprises. Here's my question for you as we close out. Uh-oh. Okay, got a little blip. Here's my question for you. What is it that you are consumed with that might be keeping you back from chasing your dreams? What is it that's got a hold of you and your imagination and your mind and taking up your time that's keeping you from going after that which you know could be a money-making enterprise? There may be something that's holding you back, and I believe that very own thing is yourself. That's keeping you from your very own greatness. That's keeping you broke, busted, and disgusted. Maybe it's time for you to get around a different group of people that have a different vocabulary, that walk different, that talk different. Well, guys, we do have a different group of people. It's called Club Millie. And this is where this Millionaire Mastermind Alliance is born out of. What we're doing today is just going through the book, which is the, let's just say, the foundation of us coming together when we do come together. It's something that you're interested in, well, you simply go to www.nbws, click on the Club Millie icon, and choose for yourself to become a member. What the Club Millie do is a black investment group where we're looking to help 1,000 black folks save and invest $1,000 this year. Ultimately, that makes $1 million when we put it all together and practice group economics. But also, not only that, we have evolved to business development, sales training, and investment education. Where else are you getting this type of training or this type of conversation or this type of empowerment into your life? I don't see it on TV. I don't hear it on the radio. I don't see it in the school system. So that's totally up to you to make a decision for you and your life and your family's life. Well, guys, at this time, I'd like for you to tell us in the comments below, what is it that you learned today? Because I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to teach and to empower you so that you go out and live the best life that you know how. And sometimes you just need a little motivation or inspiration or a little spark from education. And I hope that today you'll start to become a woman or a man of education if you're not. But one of the things is you get a chance to share what this time has done for you. What's your takeaway? Now, I understand I talk faster than you type, and so I'll give you a chance to do that. But I do want you to understand that my belief of money is this, as we talk about money-making enterprises, that money is the exchange of value for value. And if you felt like this 45 minutes of your time with ERGJ has brought value into your life, well, there should be some type of exchange. And the only exchange I ask for is not your money, it's your words. See, words are powerful. Life or death, the tongue is in the tongue. What words am I talking about? Well, go on over to the ERGJ Black Bookstore page. Go ahead and like the page and follow the page and leave a review of your ERGJ experience. See, many of us, we're so selfish that we'll take everything we can without giving anything in return, not understanding the law of reciprocity, and that actually hinders you from getting more because you are a taker. You are selfish. You take, you take, you take, you take, you never give. That doesn't work. That's not the law. You are fighting against nature's own laws when you do that. But you got the opportunity to give back, and that's exactly what I would hope that you have learned to do with however much time that you've been watching me. But nonetheless, our sponsors today, ERGJ Black Bookstore, the Black Billionaires Club is coming out. It's actually out. We're starting to mail those things off. We got the Black Billionaires Club brunch this Saturday. If you're in Atlanta, close to Atlanta, you'll be in Atlanta. If you get the book, you get access for free, where you can actually get around a group of people who are serious about success and serious about building wealth and serious about building the Black folk empire. Now, you can go hang around everybody else that you want, but that's what we're going to be. And we're going to be talking about making things happen in our community. And then also, we share with you a few books on Black Women Wednesday that you can pick up at the Black Bookstore. You got I'm Free for $10. You can pick that up by your sister. It's going to help you 30 days to a stress-free life. 5 Rules for Persevering. Maybe you need some help going through and keeping on without quitting. Pick you up that book. And maybe you need a little help in the mental capacity as it relates to your mind and this money. Well, Wealth is a Mindset for $20. Going over to the ERGJ Black Bookstore, pick up your Black book from a Black author and practice group economics. Well, we got a couple people here that said, Jamal says this TV is the bane of many. A lot of us watch too much television. Client said, you are doing what you say, and we should do the same. Miss Williams, Miss Jones Williams, she said, I've got a lot of talent I'm not putting to use. And so let's work on the next one. Okay, let's figure out what the next one you want to explore, develop, and bring to the world. Become a master of that. Then we'll move to the other talents. See, what you need. One thing you can learn, Miss Jones, Miss Williams, is this: is we can put some of your talents on autopilot, and you can get paid what they call passive income, and you don't have to exert a lot of energy into those talents, while you're still mastering the one that you really, really have a passion for, and starting to develop opportunities for money-making enterprises out of that main talent, but still you getting paid trickle-down money from your other talents. Ms. Paul says this, give and it should be given to you. Good down, pressed down, shaking together, running over. Absolutely. It is a principle. We must learn to give, if not more, but just as much as we receive and or take. And hopefully you're a receiver, not a taker, and you are a giver, a cheerful giver at that. Well, guys, ERGJ, certified financial educator, founder of the New Black Wall Street, also president of Club Millie, where we're helping Black folk to save and invest. And this was the Millionaire Mastermind Alliance study, just our core book that we're doing as part of our Club Millie objectives. You can be a part of that. All you got to just do is go check out www.nbws.us. Sign up for the newsletter so you can stay informed. If you decide not to join, it's totally up to you. But we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And the thing that we are doing is building, right? We're not talking about it. We are doing it, and we're showing the proof as we go along. Well, guys, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build Black wealth together. Happy Black Woman Wednesday. We love you to all of the women that are out there. Keep doing what you're doing. We love, we support you. We appreciate you. Have a good day.
It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. New Black Wall Street. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah.